Hi guys. Today I want to talk to you about one of the biggest mistakes that I find in Google Ads campaigns that are running roofing or renovation campaigns. Okay, so this mistake has to do with getting low quality leads or how to remove them from your account. And the mistake is that more often than not, when I audit a new account, I find keywords that contain the words affordable, cheap, cost, and price. So an example of a full keyword would be something like roofing price, roofing cost, affordable re-roofing, cheap re-roofing, things like that. And then obviously you can have keywords in front of it and behind it. The point is, it contains one of these 4 keywords. Now, if you have a tracking system in place where you can see phone calls and keywords that led to the phone call or the form inquiry, if you have that complete tracking setup, you can actually match the inquiry, mark the lead quality, and then observe which keywords or search terms that customer or potential lead came from. Now, I've done this, and I've consistently found that these 4 keywords deliver the lowest possible quality of lead. It's just rubbish. It's people who are tire kickers, who are shopping around, and people who are very unlikely to go ahead and become a customer. And if they do go ahead and become a customer, they are trying to get the goods at the lowest possible price. Now, to understand why that is the case, we have to do a little bit of buyer psychology exploration and look at the full funnel. So consider 2 different customer types. So the first customer goes into Google and types re-roofing cost, re-roofing price, or affordable re-roofing or cheap re-roofing. So based on the query, based on the words that the person typed into the search engine, you can tell already that this person is very price conscious or price sensitive, right? So the person is trying to figure out immediately what is the price or the cost of the re-roofing project. If they use even more obvious terms like cheap and affordable, that person is looking for a cheap provider. Now, if you are trying to get good customers who pay the full price for your product, then these are the worst types of customers that you can attract. More often than not, they are shopping around and getting quotes not only from you, but from many other providers. They will take up your time to go through the quotation process, but then they will simply go ahead with the cheapest vendor. So what happens is 4 people waste their time on the quotation process, and the 5th person, the vendor, is going to get the cheapest one, is going to get the actual project, right? So I want to be very cautious and mindful of that. And I want to give a second example of a different customer type. If you have a customer that searches things like best roofing company or top roofing company, now you can tell just by the search intent of what they typed into Google, you can tell that, number 1, they already know what they want. Number 2, they already looked at a couple of vendors and they know that they're going to need a new roof and they're looking for the best supplier. And notice, not the cheapest, not the most affordable, but the best supplier. So they're simply looking for a high quality roofer who can fulfill their project. Now that's the sort of query that you want to show up at the top for. So if I see accounts that use any of those 4 low-end keywords, I immediately remove them from the account. In fact, I add these 4 words to the negative keywords. because they are going to waste a lot of your time and you're going to pay for that lead. Instead, it's much more effective to focus on customers who are looking for quality instead of price.